Well, hi everyone. Our lecture today is about writing process, and now we are going to start within the real steps of how to write, how to write your paragraph, of course, or how to write your composition, or how to write your essay. The natural order of learning a second language is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Now, the four main skills of learning any language are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And they are written here or put here in the sequences of their difficulty. So you would get that listening and speaking are easier in some way than reading or writing. Anyone who wants to learn a language, it is not necessary to be a second language or a foreign language. He should first of all acquire a listening skill. Then he should be able to speak some words or some sentences. And then he should read the written text. He should be able to read a written text which is written not by him, by someone else. And finally, he should be able to write something within this language that he wants to learn. So, from this sequence, we would know that reading and writing are more difficult than listening and speaking. They need to be taken into account as an advanced stage of language development. They are one of the highly complicated and difficult to process for the most of the second language learners is what writing. So the top of difficulty is what is writing. A person can, of course, any one of us can listen, and you by yourself, you say that when we are listening to you, we understand, but we face difficulty in speaking, and we face difficulty in writing. So speaking and writing are called productive skills, whereas listening and reading, they are called receiving skills. Within listen you receive, within reading you are receiving something which is written, right? You receive the information. Like within speaking and writing, you are producing things. So another division for these skills, it is said that listening and reading are called receiving skills, whereas speaking and writing are called productive skills. Okay. So we mentioned that writing is among these skills is the most difficult one. Despite its difficulties, it is very important for many students to learn how to write, because through writing they can show their knowledge, they can show their proficiency, they can show how much they know about this language if it is a foreign language. By the way, the same thing is applied upon acquiring a native language. The baby, in order to acquire a language, first of all, he listens. He or she, maybe a baby could be he or could be she. He or she, he listens, and then he starts to speak, to utter some words, to produce some words, and then he started to produce sentences, and then he tries to read, and then after all he begins to write. So even within learning a native language, the same steps and the same procedure is followed by every human being. Okay. Now this difficulty mastering writing skill, this difficulty is not only in the in facing of generating and organizing idea, but also in translating this idea into a readable text. Now, so in order to write, you have to generate, you have to organize your ideas, and then translate these ideas to be on a written text. What one of you would say, do you mean, Miss, that within translating, we are translating the ideas from Arabic into English? No, that's not correct, and it is not acceptable. You have to think, even if you want to write, even if you want to generate the ideas, if you want to organize your ideas, you have to think in English language, and then to transmit these ideas, which are mentally, to transmit them from your mind to be in a written form, to be words on a paper. Okay, this is what is meant by translating your ideas from your mind to be real words, actual words, seen words on the paper, okay, in a written form, of course. As we said, the difficulty is not in generating the ideas, on organizing them, but also in translating them to be words in a readable text. A readable text means what? A text which is written correctly, by following the spelling rules or the punctuation rules, even the instructions that I have told you at the beginning of our course, instructions of writing by using your own handwriting, or the instructions that you have to use by using a printed text. Okay, so these are all making your text readable one. Of course, the ideas, how to introduce the ideas, how to select the words, they are all working together to make your text a readable one. Now, highly complex skills are involved in writing. So, writing skill as one high skill, within it there are also sub-skills. Under the writing skill, there are sub-skills, okay? Like what? For example, it is written here, second language writers should pay attention to both high-level skills, like what? Like planning and organizing. So they are high-level skill, planning and organizing, and lower-level skill, punctuation and spelling. So the spelling, how to spell the words, it depends upon the idea that comes to your mind, which word I am going to write, okay? So punctuation and spelling skills are lower than organizing and generating, planning and organizing skills. Planning, organizing, punctuation, spelling, they are all skills under sub-skills under the umbrella of writing skill, which is writing skill, which is one of the main 4 skills in order to acquire any language in the world. Okay? And of course, by showing these skills, it would show your proficiency in the language. Okay? And if you did a lot of spelling mistakes, so you feel weak in this skill, there is weakness in this skill within you. As a writer, the students have two following steps that divided writing process into 4 steps. Now, the writing process is divided into, here it is written 4 steps, but actually mainly they are divided into 3 main steps. Okay, you would see in many websites, in many books, that the division of a writing process differs from one book to another. One of them is say that there are 4 steps, others would say 3 steps, maybe some would say 5, 6, 7 steps. But when you collect all of them, you would see that they are similar to each other. They are all included the same thing. They are all rubbing in the same cup. Okay, so it is written here that there are 4 steps, such as rewriting, writing the first draft, revising and editing, and proofreading. for me in the exam, if I ask you how many steps are there within a writing process, you have to say that there are 3 steps of writing process: pre-writing, writing, and post-writing. Okay, so, and we are going to discuss what is there within pre-writing, and we are going to discuss what is there within writing, and also what is there within post-writing. Clear? Yeah. So we have here the same process are divided in a new way to be 3 steps. The first step is rewriting. What is there within rewriting? We have generating ideas, planning, and organizing your ideas. What do we have within writing? We have using your ideas to write a first draft. So within the second step, which is writing, we are using the first time you write sentences. Within pre-writing, you write something, but the first time you write sentences is within the writing process. Step number 3, which is revising and editing. Within revising and editing, there are also many things you have to do. The second diagram or shape also explain for you what is meant by writing and post-writing. The first one, pre-writing, it is the pre-writing step. Pre-writing, so we have within pre-writing, brainstorm your ideas, okay, which is called also planning. So within brainstorm your ideas, you are planning your ideas, okay, and organizing, making them in a systematic way. It means which one you are going to add, which one you are going to delete. You are going to write many ideas. So among these ideas, maybe not all of them you are going to make use of them. Maybe some of them you are going to delete after reading them, you know, for the second time, you are going to delete some of them. So within pre-writing, we have brainstorm ideas, organize your topic. Drafting, this is writing process. This is the second step, writing process. Revising, editing, and publishing, this is the post-writing process. Now, let us talk more about pre-writing. We said that within pre-writing, we have brainstorm ideas and organize your topic. Later on in our lecture, we will discuss in detail what is meant by brainstorm, what is the definition of brainstorm, how to brainstorm, okay? But here you have some ideas that brainstorm is to think about what you want to say, to think in your mind. So you don't have a pen and a paper, to think in your mind, okay? And also to talk about your ideas within a friend. So you would say to your friend, I want to write about, for example, I want to write about learning a second language. And these ideas are coming to my mind. What do you think? Are they good ideas or not? So you are asking an advice from someone else. Within what? Within pre-writing process. Within pre-writing process, you are asking the advice of someone else. By the way, within all the steps you can ask advice, okay? But the advice differs from one step to another step. Also, maybe you are going to ask him, I want to write about learning a second language. Which topic would you suggest for me? Okay? Maybe you are asking a friend for a suggestion topic. You have the general topic, but you want something which is specific. Use a list or web to organize your ideas. So you have your ideas. You ask your friend, and he gave you many ideas in addition to what you have in your mind. So now you have to organize them. You have to make them systematic. We will talk about them later on. The second step, which is drafting. Now you are create a rough copy. You are going to create a rough copy of your writing, which means what? Write your ideas in order. Yes, within the writing, you are going to write something on a paper, sentences on a paper. So we shift from the words, the phrases, the clauses. Within writing, you are going to join these ideas to make them in the shape of sentences and writing them within your first draft, okay? So not the final draft, first draft, the first attempt, your first attempt. Okay, so after writing your ideas in order, you are going to read your own work aloud and note places where you want to maybe suggest, change something, adding something, or something like that. Or maybe there are places you couldn't complete the idea. You have a block. Okay, so you want to explain more. Also, in this step, after writing your first draft, you show it to your friend. You would ask him, please, can you give me your feedback about my writing? What do you think about this? You would tell him that this is my first draft in order to know that this is not the final draft. Okay, if he or she has any suggestion to add. Now, within the post writing, we have revising, editing, and sharing. Within revising, you have improve your writing. So maybe your friend he tells you that you should change this and that. So in this case, you are going to revise. You are going to change something in your first draft. Or maybe when you by your own you read your writing, you will say, okay, I don't like this beginning, I want to change it. Or I don't like this end sentence, the ending sentence, I want to change it. Every time you look at your written text, you may change something within it. Okay, so or maybe you would say, let me use some quotations text, okay, or quotation sentences, quoting something from someone else. This will improve, this will make my idea more strong. Okay, so this thing you are going to do it within the revising step. Also, you can within revising step include descriptive words or adding details, as I said, to develop some other parts. Okay, now what is the following step is editing, which is within post writing step. What is editing? Editing is to proofreading your paragraph or your composition or your essay. What is meant by proofreading? It means that make sure you have completed the sentences, you don't miss some words, check your words, okay, correct the spelling mistakes, checking the capitalization of your words, the punctuation marks all over your written text. Okay, also reread it. After doing the correction, you reread the text to see if the sentences make sense. Okay, if they are perfect. And then also you can ask a friend to reread your second draft, or maybe it is going to be the third draft. Within revising and editing, you may write second draft and third draft, okay, for your own writing. And after doing the second draft, writing the second draft or the third draft, you ask your friend, now, my colleague, what is your opinion about my written text? Is it correct? Do you feel that there are something I have to add? Are there spelling mistakes I didn't pay attention to? So please lead me or show me, or give me in general, give me your opinion or your feedback about my written text. Now, publishing. After doing all of these things, some of you would prefer to type their written text in order not to give it within their handwriting. No, they would say, okay, let me type it because print it, okay, or type it because I know how to type some words. So it is better to type them. It would be easy for the teacher to read to read the words. And also within typing, you may discover some of your spelling mistakes, because there is electronic or instant checking of language. Okay. Then after that, think of an interesting title. Look, after making the pre-writing, the writing, and maybe the final step of post-writing, now you have to think of the title. It is not correct to put the title from the beginning. from the beginning of the writing process. I don't say at the beginning of writing. I don't say don't write the title up in the middle of the paper. No, within the steps of writing. يعني من تيجي تشتغل الرايتنج المفروض انت تسوي البلاننج وتسوي الاورجنايزيشن وتبدي تكتب first draft وتكتب second draft. Then after all, now you look at your writing written text, and you say what is the most suitable title for my writing written text. Okay, so the title, it is somehow or nearly it is the final step in writing. What comes after it? To publish your writing, to give it to your teacher, okay, to send it as assignment, okay, to give your paper of the exam. So now when you give your paper of the exam, it means that you publish it. It is over. Okay, when you send your assignment, it is over for you. Your task is completed. Okay, you don't have anything else to do. Now, let's talk more about, within these three, now how many are they? Pre-writing, writing, which is drafting, revising, editing, publishing, which is post-writing. We are going to talk in detail within the pre-writing step. Now, for many people, the hardest part of writing is getting started. How to start my writing. 99% of learners, if I ask them to write a paragraph, they are going to do what? They are going to have a paper and a pen and starting to write sentences. This thing is wrong. This thing is not correct. Why? Because by doing this, you ignored the pre-writing process or the pre-writing step as a whole. You ignore it. You delete it. You didn't pay attention to it. Okay? When you start from the second step here writing, as that. Okay? So most of the learners or students, the first word they write in their written text, it is the most difficult one, which is what is called getting started. Okay. In this step, there is what is called, some writers are facing what is called the writer's block, and we are going to mention what is meant by writer block here under this paragraph. There is a definition what is meant by the writer block. Okay, so it is said that getting started, it is the most difficult step in the writing process step or pre-writing process step, and most of the learners, they ignore this one. Okay, they ignore the pre-writing step. The very beginning of writing for many writers is the difficult part of writing, and we are facing this, all of us. مثلا من كنتوا تكتبون إنشاء in the secondary school or primary school or intermediate school، مو تقعدون ساعات تقولون ما أعرف شنو أكتب. أنا بالبداية بس انطوني راس الخيط وأنا أبدي أكتب. This is what is called the writer's block. Okay, how to start. بالبري-writing اللي راح نشرحها هسه, make the way easy for you how to start, to overcome this problem, writer's block problem. اللي راح نشرحها هسه هو to overcome this problem. What is the writer's block problem? To make it easier for you how to start. Okay, because you will find something to start with after doing the pre-writing step. Definitely you will have something you are going to start with. Okay, so the very beginning of writing for many writers is the difficult part of writing. It is worthy to spend a lot of time and attention on pre-writing. So I advise you to follow the pre-writing process in order to overcome the writer's block. So following the pre-writing steps, it assists to solve a problem which is called writer block. Now let us say what is meant by the writer block. The writer block, it means it is a condition primarily associated with writing in which an author loses the ability to produce new work or experiences a creative slowdown. It means the loss of ability to write and produce new work is not a result of content problems or lack of writing skills. No, it means it is not because you don't have the writing skills. No, it means that the writer staring at a blank page for long periods of time, trying to write, but he is unable to find the right words. Okay, this is what is meant by the writer's block. To sit without knowing how to start. To sit and you are unable to write down the first word in your writing. And it doesn't, hopefully, it doesn't take that much time. You should overcome this thing. So, in order to overcome this problem, you have to do the pre-writing skills or the pre-writing steps. Okay? Now, it is deducted that in order for teachers of English as a second language to assist learners to acquire a good language skill, they could employ pre-writing activities at the beginning stage of instruction. Pre-writing engages to generalize students' participation in thinking, talking, and group interaction, and that become part of the writing task. Pre-writing is a way to warm up. So we would understand that pre-writing, we say that it is before writing, so it is a way of warming up the learners, or the way of warming up the one who wants to write. Okay, to warm up what? Your brain before you write, just as you warm up your car engine before you drive. Okay, now let us look at pre-writing in more details. You would ask, well, Miss, you said that by following pre-writing you will overcome the writer blocks. How is that? How is that? By what? Within pre-writing, you are going to choose a topic. This is number 1. To gather the ideas. This is number 2. To organize your ideas. This is number 3. As we said, that there are steps within the main step, which is pre-writing. They are sub-steps within the first step, which is pre-writing. Now, choosing a topic, there are 2 possibilities within choosing a topic. Either your teacher is choosing the topic for you and he is asking you to write about that topic, so you are directed by your teacher, or sometimes your teacher is giving you the freedom, or is giving you a free distance, or free the freedom to choose your topic by your own. So first of all, in pre-writing, if I ask you, I want you to write about something, and you have the freedom to choose any topic to write about. So choosing the topic. How you are going to choose the topic? By your mind, of course. So it is before writing anything. Choose a topic. And there are things you have to do within choosing a topic we are going to talk about later. Okay? There are rules in choosing a topic. It is not something which is randomly or haphazard or something like that. There are things you have to do within choosing a topic. But you have to put in your mind that within choosing a topic, there are 2 possibilities. Either the teacher is choosing the topic for you and you are going to write about it, or you are going to do the following steps within that choosing topic, or you are given the freedom to write about a specific topic, about any topic you want to write. Okay? So it is said here, before you write, your teacher gives you a specific assignment or some ideas of what to write about. If not, so this is the second choice, choose your topic yourself. And we said that now within this, especially within choosing your topic by yourself, there are certain things you have to put in your mind. Okay, yeah. The second step is gathering ideas. Okay, to gather the ideas. When you have a topic, think about what we'll write. So collecting ideas from here and there. Okay, so it is called what? Within gathering ideas, now it is called another way, it is called brainstorming. Within gathering idea, it means brainstorming. Here stays the brainstorming. Okay, and the third step within pre-writing is organizing. Now decide which of the ideas you want to use and where at what place in your written text you are going to place them. Okay, choose which idea to talk about first. Also, the organization means which one is going to be, you gather them, you collect them, but now you have to decide which one is going to be at the beginning, which ones are going to be in the middle, and which ones are going to be at the end, to close your paragraph with, to conclude your paragraph with. Okay, now within choosing and narrowing a topic, as I said, specifically or especially when you choose your topic by yourself, you don't have to choose a topic which is very general, okay, very broad, or you have to pay attention not to choose a topic which is very narrow, very limited, and very brief. Be away from these two features. Don't choose a topic which is very general, and don't choose a topic which is very brief or very specific. Okay, for example, if I ask you to write about any topic, and you would say that I want to write about my family, and then you say I am going to write about suggested topic, the ages of my brothers and sisters. In this case, this is a suggested topic, by the way, not a suggested title. Okay, the ages of my brothers and sisters. What you are going to write about later on, you are going to mention for me the age of your brothers and your sisters, and that's all. My brother is 10 years old, my sister, which is called that, or who's called that, she is 9 years old, and that's it. Do you feel that this is a useful paragraph? A paragraph which has valuable information? Of course not. And after 2 or 3 sentences, you cannot add anything more because you mentioned their ages and that thing. And if you write something not related to the ages, so they will be what? They would be something not necessary. They are called not needed sentences. You have to omit them because they are not related to your topic. They are not talking, or there is nothing to deal with the ages of your brothers and sisters. Okay, so in this case, this topic is not a good one. This suggested topic from you is not a good one. Why? Because it is very, very specific. Okay, at the same time, don't choose a topic which is very general. What do you mean by very general? That it is a huge one, and after all, you cannot make control upon it within one paragraph, even within one composition. Okay, so for example, if I ask you to write about schools, I ask you to write about schools, or you choose to write about schools, so can you cover everything related to school in one paragraph or in one composition? Of course not. Of course you cannot. Within schools, you have primary schools, you have secondary schools, you have intermediate schools, you have public schools, you have private schools, you have the systems which are followed in schools, you have schools in Iraq, you have schools in Europe, you have schools in China, you have schools in Japan, you have many schools in the world. So to suggest a title which is schools, it is not a good one. Why? Because it is a very big title, a huge one, a very general one, okay, a broad one. But if you say, I am going to write about, as it is said here, I am going to write about secondary schools in my country. So you are going to be specific about secondary school in my country. And by the way, you can make it later on within the title, you can make it more specific. يعني within the title. واحنا قلنا آخر شيء التايتل راح يكون راح تشوف روحك أنت when you are writing about secondary schools, you wrote about something within the secondary school. Maybe what? The system of secondary schools in my country. يعني تحكي على literary branch, تحكي على scientific branch, والscientific branch بي عندنا applicable one وعندنا بي scientific one. Okay, so these are what? These are things within the secondary school. Okay, or maybe you want to say I'm going to talk about popular school clubs, or a suggested title, another suggested title, or university entrance exam, also a third suggested title, topic. Okay, so you make your topic from something which is general to something which is specific, not very specific, but somehow specific. Okay, I gave you in the lecture 3 examples of general topics, and I want you to make them specific, and you did well in the lecture. Now, what is called that topic which is not that general and not that specific, not that brief one? What is called? It is called a manageable topic. Manageable topic is a topic that it is not too general or too narrow. Okay, because the narrow topic, it is what? It is the topic that you cannot add more about it. Maybe 1-2 sentences and not more than that. It is not a good one. Like in a manageable topic, it is the topic that not that general and not that brief or limited one. In the exam, I would give you maybe in the exam I would give you different suggested topics, and I would ask you to determine which one of them is a broad one, a general one, which one of them is a limited one, a brief one, which one of them is a manageable one, acceptable one. Okay, there is also an example about how to use the keywords. Yani when I write for you leadership, now within leadership we may have many keywords, and from these keywords I am going to form my last suggested topic, يعني the final suggested topic, the final form of the suggested topic, اللي هو هنا راح يكون عندنا راح يكون عندنا something related to brainstorming اللي راح نشرحها بعدين. Okay, I gave you here or I show you here an example, use of social media and children. The keywords here are what? Social media and children. These are the keywords. From these keywords we can write down different words. It is not necessary that we are going to use these words. From these words we are going to choose something. For example, who? I want to talk about children or teenagers or adults or something like that. What? Twitter or Instagram or Facebook. Where? Online. Yani one of them I am going to concentrate upon in my writing. Either I'm going to talk about teenager or children or adults. One of them. And then what within teenager? What within adults? I am going to specify upon what? Instagram. Maybe not, maybe upon Facebook, because we have social media. What are the social media? They are Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Where? Also, where? Am I going to write about the online social media, or in our daily life, or at school, the using of social media at school? Okay, يعني ممكن you can make use of it in a good way or in a bad way. Okay, the fourth thing, how the social media, the effect of the social media upon what? Socially or emotionally, behavior, or what? Or physical. Okay, and why. Am I going to write about the causes or the effects? Okay. Now after that, it is clear that I choose each one of these steps. Within who for example, I choose this word. Within what I choose Instagram. Within where I choose, for example, in daily life. And then after that, this is what I make my topic question narrow. What are the effects of using Instagram on the behavior of adults? Okay, so this is not the title. This is a suggested topic. It is not a title. It is a suggested topic. And then I gave you. One of you would say, okay, what is the topic then? What is the possible topic I'm going to take out of this question? The possible topic is the effects of using Instagram on the behavior of adults. I advise you not to write your titles in a questioning form. Not even your topic sentences. Don't write the titles of your paragraphs, in a questioning form. Not the topic sentences. No, use the affirmative way, okay? The ordinary way, the ordinary sentence. Don't write the sentences in the questioning one, okay? The topic sentence or the title of your paragraph, okay? Because it is not accepted to write the title in a questioning form. Then after that, we have the generating ideas or the brainstorming, which was the last thing within our lecture for today. We will continue our next lecture. I am going to just define what is meant by brainstorming. Brainstorming, which is one of the steps of generating ideas, okay, and it is at the same time one of the steps of the pre-writing. It means that you think of your topic and the ideas are coming to your mind as the drops of rain, as it is shown in the picture. It's similar to what is shown in the picture. He is thinking and the ideas are coming to his mind as the drops of rain. When they are coming to your mind as the drops of rain, you have to write them down in order not to forget. Write them down in a shape of words, phrases, clauses, maybe in a shape of sentences, but not in a shape of a paragraph. Hints, yani. You are going to write them as hints. Okay? And that's all for our lecture today. The following information I'm going to explain for you the next lecture. Thank you very much and goodbye.